So let's go ahead and guys and check out some more Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are custom made by you guys. Let's get started. So first off, we got some dope ritual. This card is ritual summon Black Eye Slaydra Pimp Dragon. You must also burn money from your pocket, which equals 420. Then we have Black Eye Slaydra Pimp Dragon. It says this card can only be ritual summoned using some dope ritual. You can use one of the effects during either player's turn. 1 is to deal 420 damage, and 2 is to burn some money, and 3 is to hit the bomb. The attack is 1337, which actually isn't a good attack. A Beaver Warrior actually has 1400. So I don't know about this card being the most broken card, but definitely pretty good. Yeah, it's some dope ritual. I like it, man. Next up, we have the Black Hole Dragon. It takes 1 tuner and 1 more non-tuner monsters. The synchro summon cannot be negated, and it's unaffected by card effects. Once per turn, play 2 life points to banish all cards your opponent's side of the field and in graveyard. Well, that's not too bad. It's what level is this though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. It's level 10. It's a pretty decent card. But like you could literally compulse that card, so it's not broken. It is kind of nice though. The Forbidden. Oh man, dude, I gotta take out my glasses on this one. 2 level 9 fiend type monsters can only XYZ summoned. Can't be negated, can't be targeted by opponent's card effects as long as it's summoned. As long as there's a summon token. It summons a token that's 15/15. This card is summoned to declare 1 monster type. All monsters on play and on each other player deck become that type. When this card is summoned, a token on your side of the field, your field is full. Instead, this card all summon token gain 1000 attack and rank 1. When this card sent to the graveyard from the field, you lose the duel. What? I want to say that this guy probably just doesn't speak English. It's okay, don't worry. I don't really understand the effect, but kind of cool artwork. I think it's probably taken from another. Dude, the effect is like really tiny. Like I could hardly read it. All right, next up we got Master Pendulum Summoner. This card's effect inactivated cannot be negated. When this card is activated, resolve each effect in succession. You can only activate 1 of them per turn. So it says select 2 pendulum monsters in your hand, deck, or graveyard. Or after that, place them face up the pendulum summon. Draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. If any of the cards are pendulum monsters, send them to the extra deck. This turn, any pendulum summon monsters are unaffected by monster card or effects that can't be destroyed by battle. That's definitely a pretty broken card. I don't know. Tell me, guys, is this an anime effect? Because I think that this card, it seems pretty broken, but like in the anime, they probably have a card like that, right? Next up, we got Cosmo Emergency Support. It says, if any cards drawn by this effect are Cosmo monsters, you can special summon them, but take 500 points of damage for each monster special summoned by this effect. Also, the monster or monsters are destroyed during the end phase. When this card is activated, draw 2 cards. During the start of your main phase, you can banish any number of Cosmo monster from your hand and graveyard, then draw an equal number of cards. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Kind of a broken card though, and that's continuous. No, that's actually really good. Next up we have Elemental Hero Benados. It is just... Oh wait, hold on, this card is normal special, you can actually one of the effects. So the first effect is that you can return cards on the field equal to the owner's decks up to the number of hero monsters you control except for this card. Second phase is a special summon to 2 hero monsters from your extra deck, ignoring their summoning conditions. Wow. That's actually like a good card. I like it. Just a quickie. Oh, what's that guy's name from? This guy's his name's. I believe his name's Reggie, right? From I was supposed to say from Smash Bros. From Nintendo. This card cannot be. This card cannot be negated by any spell, trap, or effect, and you and your opponent must remove every item of clothing and begin jacking each other off. The first one to release their load forfeits the game. Whoever does not comply with this rule forfeits the game. Isn't that Reggie from Nintendo? I think that's who it is. Well, what the heck? The name Asia's White Dragon is too long of a name, so it doesn't fit how to change it. Please understand. Wow, too good. 1 tuner plus 1 or 1 tuner cap of pride monsters. Once per turn, this card nickname becomes Slaydra. During the end phase, this card name is Slaydra. Add 1 Hathora. One of my vendor friends tell me Yu-Gi-Oh is dying from your deck to your hand. Attack defense now 11. If you don't play Duelist now, it's so much better. 100% true. Duelist is a better game. 100% confirmed for truth. Cliffworth's Aliens? Whoops. The one friend. The one friend that's trying to get Yu-Gi-Oh! And you tell him about the best decks. We have Red Liner Dragon. This card is unaffected by Spell Trap and Monster Effects. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, special summon that monster to your side field. Next we have Trigglypuff. Oh, it's a Social Justice Warrior. I like this one. It's a Social Justice Warrior effect. When a Social Justice Warrior monster is summoned, your opponent must choose one of the following effects. For every cis male on the field, your opponent must check their privilege and lose 500 life points for each cis male on the field. All monsters must be moved in defense mode and create a safe environment with no offense speech. Wow, that's pretty good. I think it should have had more defense though, cause wow, I like it though. That's kind of funny. That Beaver Warrior, just make it trolls. Yeah, like I said, we're gonna just bust out that Beaver Warrior. Attack is 1 to the E and 9 plus. Oh, that's because that was pretty good. I like that. That's a pretty funny card. We have Akuma from Street Fighter though. And I think there's a picture for like WoW or something. All right, Hath, we want to confirm that for me. Is this a WoW? I think she already went back to work. But this card's effect cannot be destroyed by battle of a card effect, and all cards that are sent to the graveyard are banished instead. You attach 1 material from this card, then you equip up to 3 Divine Beast type monsters from your deck, or your deck graveyard. It says from your deck graveyard or hand, and
Hello.
if you do, their effects
My
are.
name is Jamal. Every 60 seconds
To this
in
card
Africa,
gains 1,000 attack for each equipped
passes.
to it.
Together
This card
we
leads
can
to summon
stop
3
this.
Divine Beasts, ignoring their summoning
Please
creatures. Wow,
spread the
pretty
word.
good.
Thank you for
SS
your
Mirage, you've been absent for a while, but I'm back. Well, welcome back. If you read your text, you would know you don't have work. Oh, wow, you don't have work today? I like how its defense is 1269, but is this a WoW card, huh? But thanks for the resub, Reno. I really appreciate it, man. Let's go ahead and zero in peace. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. But like I said, appreciate the resub, Reno. Next one is Brett Keane, the Manatee. It says, does nothing. Brett Keane is useless to do anything in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know who that is, so I think it's a joke to us, like friends or something. I don't know. Yami the Cheating Fur, one of a kind, anime protagonist. This card is in your hand, deck, on the field, in the graveyard or is banished. Win the match and cannot, and your opponent becomes your slave. This effect cannot be negated. Oh, that's a pretty good card. But I think for the most broken card, I think we already have a winner because it's unaffected by the ban list. The next one is the Trolling Trap. When your opponent activates a trap card, you can activate this card, destroy that card, and send all trap cards in their deck to the graveyard, and then take 2,000 damage. You can only activate this card once per duel. It's really good. It's a pretty cool card. I like that one. Could you imagine the guys this card against Burgostoma? I kind of want to add this card to like, because it doesn't send all of them in their hand. It's almost like balanced in one sense. And then you can play traps? I don't know. What do you guys think of this? Like, obviously against Burgostoma, that's just like, you activate it like, they can't even play. They cannot Yu-Gi-Oh! Next up we have Reunion. Oh, can you guys see this one? Hold on, this one was, he dingused it up, so I have to move it over here. Oh, there we go. So it says, target 1 face-up monster you control, then target 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard, or face-up from their extra deck whose original name contains a word that is the same except of or the, but the level of rank is less than or equal to special summon the second monster you set. If you feel that the second target is an exceed monster, attach this card to it. Face-up material cards and effects cannot be activated. Just activation, you can only activate one. It's like too hard for me. Like, they keep it simple, man. Like freaking paragraphs on cards. I didn't understand that card, probably because I'm 12. I don't understand. Anyways, next one up is a 10. Totally isn't a cheater, you guys. It says whenever you would draw a card, you may search your deck for a card and add it to your hand instead. Oh, that's pretty good. When this card is removed from the field and is either sent to the graveyard or banished, select any card outside of the game and immediately play it. Summon any monster, ignoring summoning conditions, or activate any spell trap instantly. Your opponent can't activate spell trap. Okay, so he's going for the most broken one, but again, I think we have a card that's so broken, we can't really add any more cards to the broken list, because that one kind of automatically wins. Next up, we have Brown-Eyed Green Dragon. Anyways, the card is a dragon effect, and the effect is when this card is summoned, you may send monster cards equal to the number of cards in your opponent's field to the graveyard. That's actually a really good effect. Then your opponent banishes that many cards that they control. Wow. For each monster, your opponent banishes spell to summon a dragon type monster from your graveyard, except for the Brown-Eyed Green Dragon. When this card is removed from the field, your opponent banishes their hand, and if you do, you gain 400 life points for each banished by the side. It's a really, really good card. Insane. Oh, whoops. Was that it for the? Wait, we need to go back to the custom. Here's the one.
Hey.
I think I opened up too many tabs and I done goofed myself. But yeah. Anyways, we'll go back to the list of the. We were at. It was 8989, so we just gotta go find where we left off. My bad, guys. I accidentally closed the part that we were at, but I can go back and find it pretty easy. I'm pretty fast at this. But now I can actually look at chat. You're bad at spelling? Question mark. Yeah. Wow. We got that many more. Oh my gosh! How many more cards do we gotta look at, dude? Yeah, this is gonna be over 9,000. We'd be here for years, boys. And if you're watching this on YouTube, well, yeah, I just exported this, so there are no edits. I probably should edit it, but it's cool. You guys can pay attention to chat for a second. Make sure I sort by time. Oh, well, I was going them by the top comment anyways, and I already checked out the top comment ones. We already looked at those ones, apparently. 8989. It was killer. Oh, M killer 89999. Okay. So let me just double check. I don't want to go over cards that we already went over. Okay, I remember looking at that one. We're somewhere around here. Oh, whoa! Definitely did not see that one. Okay, we looked at that. Remember that card, guys? We looked at that one. Okay, we read that one, and then we read Brown Eyes was the last one. Oh, okay, so right. All right. Oh, whoa! I don't know if I should be streaming with that one on. All right, but yes. Alright, and then pretty much. Oh, this guy got 3 categories. OP, please ban right now. Okay. Alright, that'll be good. Let's go check him out. Alright, so the next one up is Bailey J. When your opponent takes on or hates on homosexuals, show them a picture of Bailey J. Ask if she's hot, then show Venus. If they're shocked they lose the duel. I like that one. That one we can add to our category of the funniest pictures. Let's put that in our category of the funniest Yu-Gi-Oh pictures. I like that one. Next up we got Cheeky Konami Strike. Activate only when your opponent controls a newly released monster with $75 or more cost points. That monster becomes banned. Your opponent gets salty over how much they spent during your turn. When the monster or monsters banned by this card's effect is no longer viable in the metagame and no longer particularly wants it, target that monster, unban it. That is pretty good. I like that one. I think we're getting good ones. This time we're getting some good ones. I like that one. Next up, we got the Archfiend Ninja. Oh, this guy got, how many cards he got? Okay, just 2. Alright, not so bad. Sometimes people are posting like 69 cards in like one thing. Anyways, we got Archfiend Ninja. Oh man, the effect is so small. This card is treated as an Archfiend card only. The owner of this card must pay 800 life points during each of their standby phases. You may special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, this card's attack and defense are halved for the rest of the turn. This card's pendulum summon double its attack. Once per turn, when your life points are reduced by an effect, you may activate one of these effects. You get to take an extra 800 points of damage, destroy all cards your opponent controls, negate the effect, and gain 800 more. Oh, that's pretty good. Next up, we have Vampire Archfiend Ninja. This card is treated as an Archfiend card only. The owner of this card must pay 1,000 life points during each of their standby phases. Once per turn, you may detach material from this card, destroys all the cards on the field, and your opponent may place spell and trap cards from their hand. When this card is targeted by your opponent, they take 1,000 damage. Oh, that doesn't even negate. That's like a slightly balanced card. Kind of interesting. I thought that was kind of a cool card. But next up we have, wow, dude, this is gonna be questionable. You can already tell. Wow. Okay, Slaydra's Lolly Van. It's a cup edition. Pretty good. You can ritual summon this card with Oni-chan's Playground as unaffected by Youth Welfare Office. If this card gets trapped by the police, you can discard 2 cards from your hand to activate. This is just a social experiment directly from your deck, then draw. I like that one. I want to add that one to the funny category. I like how it says A Cup Edition. Very, very good stuff indeed. So I'll put that in the contender for the funniest. Next up, we have a supermarket sale. Special summon 1 Satima from your hand or deck. This card can only use once per duel. No idea. It's probably from some anime. We need an edgy category. Corrupt judging. Banish all cards on the field and all players' hands with a different name in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's in your line of sight. Huh? I don't understand. With a different game of Yu-Gi-Oh! What does it mean? Next up we have Embrace of Demise. Once per turn you can activate this card by paying 2,000 life points. Offer your opponent a hug. If your opponent accepts the hug, special summon one monster from your deck, ignoring summon conditions. If they do not accept the hug, life points are half and they cannot special summon this turn. Huh. It's pretty good. Wow, this another guy that dumb goof put it like 69 times the size it needs to be, but okay. But it's alright. If your life points would become 0 by an opponent's card, either by battle or by damage from an opponent's card effect, you can banish the card from the graveyard to activate this effect. To your next standby phase, you cannot lose the duel, ignoring, during your next standby phase, reveal your normal draw card, and if it's the last glimmer of hope, gain 1,000 life points and draw 2 cards. Huh. It's pretty cheeky. Next up we have Genesis Rank Revolution Dragon. That's like an anime card or something, huh? And anyways, what it says is it requires 1 rank tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters with ranks. This spell summon is considered a rank synchro summon, and its summon can't be negated. For each monster uses material, it gains 1,000 attack. The other club's 2 blocks down, but if materials has overlay, then its unit's considered as material as well. This card negates all opponent's card effects. This monster can attack 3 times. That's kind of cool. Seto Kaiba. Wow, another. Okay, I legit can't even read this. Oh wait, hold on. Now I can because I zoomed in. All right, I can read it. All right. This card's almost treated as infinity at the beginning of the duel. Remove this card from your hand, deck, or side deck. Check both players' wallets, and if you have more money than your opponent, special summon this card. Also, you can special summon up to 3 blue eyes white dragons and 1 Albus Tormentor from your hand deck or side deck. Otherwise, tear this card in half. This card's attack and defense. It's the total respective attack and defense of all blue eyes monsters you own. While this card is face up on the field, you may screw the rules. Wow, that one I think I'll add to like funny, because I think it's like a lot of stuff is from the TV show, so I'll add it to the funny category. But yeah, I'll probably make it so you guys can vote on these. Yeah, I think that we'll definitely add that one to like the funny category. Oh wow, it's so hard to read this one. It's Cosmo Dank Lord, infinite level. Oh yeah, you saw that card with Calculator be broken, right? But if this card is normal special, you can destroy all cards your opponent controls. Your opponent's center of the field and special summon 3 Cosmo Dark Destroyers from your hand, deck, and graveyard, or banish them. Can be targeted by opponent's card effects. This card is destroyed by battle or by card effect and sent to the graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard and special summon 2 level 12 or lower Cosmo monsters from your hand, deck, and graveyard, or banish them. This card can attack your opponent directly. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. This card can attack even the turn it was placed. Okay. At level 2 as well. That's a pretty decent card. Indeed. Alright, next up we got Silent Prophet. Wow, that's got really cool artwork. If anyone wants to let me know what this is from, I want to say it's probably Magic the Gathering, like the card artwork, but I think it's pretty good. 2 level 4 Agent of Chaos monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card to choose 1 monster from your hand, deck, and place it on top of your deck. While this card is sent to the graveyard, choose 1 monster or spell card from your deck and place it at the top of your deck. That's a pretty interesting card. Tragedy Overlay. Special summon 1 XYZ monster from your extra deck and attach to the required XYZ material from your field, deck, or hand. You can banish this card from your monster and you get this one. It's pretty cool. I like that. Next up we have hold on. Oh, this guy just put all of them all into one. Are there like? Oh my gosh, there's so many cards. All right, dude, that white card looks really cool. Dang, we're gonna have to make this a part 69. All right, so we have Carries the first agent of. Oh, so he made a whole archetype. Oh, okay. I got it. I just want to make sure we covered this the strategy one already. A lot of the card artworks look really good too. I like it. I think the beginning of the end is actual already, like it's a card that exists already. Alright, so Carries the first Agent of Chaos. Can only be normal summon once per duel. This card is summoning to destroy 1 spell trap card on the field. This card is destroyed, you can send the top card of your deck to the graveyard to special summon this card. That's a pretty good card. It's got 2,000 attack too. Next up we have Agent of Chaos Sulfur Caster. When this card is summoned, you can special summon 1 Agent of Chaos monster from your hand. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you can draw a card. I like. Oh, dude, this card is sexy. We'll save that card. I like that card's artwork. I want to know. Okay, hold on. Can anyone tell me? Can I like search Google for this image? Wait, I probably shouldn't do this. But like, what is it from? Is it from Magic the Gathering? What is this? Is that the card? I want to know what this card is from. It's from another game. I can guarantee you. What is it from? Anima? Can you guys tell me what that's from? I like the way this card looks. The Agent of Chaos Succubus. But anyways, you can normal summon this card in defense position. When this card is summoned, you can change a monster your opponent controls to face-up defense position. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you can turn one card your opponent controls to the hand. Then we have Agent of Chaos Vanguard. You can normal summon this card in face-up defense position once per turn. Until the end of this turn, you can add the defense of a face-up defense position monster to this card's attack. When this card is sent to the graveyard, choose one monster card from the deck and place it on top. It's a pretty good effect. Reminds me of like Deep Diver. Next up, we have Hope Eater. We have it as a dragon. It requires 2 agent monsters. Once per turn, when your opponent monster declares an attack, you can negate the attack, change that monster to a face-up defense position. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle one card from your graveyard into the deck. Then we already checked out Silent Prophet. Then we have White Rose Dragon. When this card is spell summoned until the next end phase, negate all effects that would target or destroy a card on the field. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle up to 6 cards from your graveyard into your deck, then banish one face-up card on the field. Wow, that's a really good effect. I like that card. That's a really cool card too. It doesn't seem like too broken, but it's like really good. But yeah, does anyone know what that's from? Cold Fusion. Special summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck by sending the required fusion material monsters from your deck hand to the graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard. You take no damage this turn. Then we have Tragedy Overload, which we already looked at. Then we have Chaotic Synchronization. So summon 1 synchro monster from your extra deck by sending as many cards from the top of your deck as that monster's level minimum 1. You can banish the card from your graveyard to get the activate spell trap card. That's a really good card. Then we have Fighters of the Final Day. This card's effects cannot be negated. Special summon 1 ritual monster from your field, hand, graveyard, or deck by banishing the required ritual monsters from your graveyard, or by banishing at least 10 cards from your graveyard. You banish this card from your graveyard to shuffle all banished cards in the deck. You can banish one face-up card on the field. Then we have Beginning of the End, which is, this one's different. There actually is a card, I think it's called the Beginning of the End already. But send top 3 cards from your deck to the graveyard, then either add 1 monster card from your deck to your hand, or 1 spell or track card from your graveyard to your hand. It's a really cool card. It's kind of broken though. The Sealed Portal. When this card is activated, you can add 1 spell card from your deck to your hand except for the Sealed Portal. Once per turn, you can discard any number of cards, then draw from your deck the same amount of cards you discarded. When this card is removed from the field, you can send up to 3 monsters from your extra deck to the graveyard. It's interesting. I kind of like that the last effect where you get to send 3. I think there's another card that does it, but you have to pay like 5,000 life points or something. It's called like Gale Dogra or something like that. Oh, that was the anime card that we're looking at. Oh, dude, Moki. So okay, this looks awesome. I like this. Moki Moki Catapult. It's during each player's standby phase, distribute 1 Moki Moki monster from your. Dude, I always want to make this. Hold on, how many cards? Can I make this? Oh, dude, so many Moki Moki cards. Dude, I always want to make this a specific video because Moki Moki is such a fan favorite. Like, they love this. I want to save this. I want to save this for like a video on its own. Someone did a lot of work on this, and I like it. Oh, we have. Oh, wait, hold on, dude. Okay, I feel like this is a lot of cards to look at. I will. Maybe we should just. Maybe I should make like card archetype videos because that's like too long. I'll definitely look at your card. Whoever submitted this, don't worry. But I just want to look it up like on its own because like it's a whole archetype. Maybe I'll review it, but on it like a separate video. But I'll definitely read the cards. Don't worry. I did not forget you in the contest. But anyways, next up we have Final Gambit. This card will only activate if you're a member of TSB. Well, he actually knows the actual website for that. Not that I know the actual website. But anyways, flip a coin 30 times. If the result is heads, 18 or more times activate 2. Otherwise, activate effect 1. Effect 1 is to make your life points reduced to 1. Second effect, your opponent must sing the Yu-Gi-Oh rap. If they cannot do so, they are unable to activate cards that can inflict effect damage or summon additional monsters, normal or special, for the rest of the match. I don't know why it's final. Like I like to put Bailey J, but it doesn't really make any sense though. Like the effect. Other than you can only activate it. That's pretty good. Next up we have Friendship. Once per turn, if your opponent activates a card effect, negate that effect, then inflict a dink 420 damage to their life points. Also, they can't activate cards or effects until 20 turns after activation. If this card is in the graveyard, you can banish all cards in your hand. Otherwise, if you do, your weak-ass opponent's life points becomes 420, and you can add all cards needed for the 420 deck to your hand, homie. What? Pretty interesting. Heart of the cards. You can only activate this card if you have lower life points than your opponent, and if you have both Mutual Friendship and Unity in your graveyard, draw 3 cards. At the end of the phase, shuffle all cards in your hand into the deck. You only activate 1 Heart of the cards per turn. That's a pretty cool card. Chaos Dice. This looks like a real card. Once per turn during your main phase, you can roll a dice. Discard all cards from your hand. Discard all cards from your opponent's hand equal to the result. Also, your opponent skips her draw phase from the turn equal to the result. Double the damage inflicted from dice draw monsters effects you control. Wow, that's a really insane card. Totally makes your opponent go all in. It needs like some like balance though. Otherwise, I put it in the card category of like it's not broken enough and it's not unique enough because it's too broken. Even playfield. Well, this card exists on the field. While this card exists on the field, the turn player is set, fold the hand, and draw all the cards foe controls. Does that even make sense to you? Well, this card exists on the field of the turn player is set. Fold the hands and draw all the card foe controls. If foe denies the card, ignore the summon condition of Exodia, and the effects of this card becomes the 1. What? It's the English, yeah. So keep in mind, guys, some people don't speak English, so like I don't really blame them for that. Don't worry about it. I just couldn't I can't even read this. Hold on. Before the duel, if this card... Okay, hold on. I'll get real close. Before the duel, if this card is in your deck, you can show it to your opponent and immediately take the first turn during your draw phase. If this card is in your deck, add it to your hand. If you do, immediately special summon this card from your side of the field. Your opponent cannot negate the summon of this card when this card is special summoned during your draw phase. Skip your main phase 1 battle phase. If this card attacks, your opponent cannot activate any effects. Also, all cards they control on their hand are banished face down. This card deals damage to your opponent, inflict damage to your life points. Becomes 6,000 during the turn. This card was summoned. Opponent's life points reach 0. You win the match. If you win the match by the effects of this card, your opponent cannot play any sort of children's card game until Chaos Ember Dragon is unbanned. The effects of this card can't be negated. Dang. It's really, really tiny. Revived Hero Stratos. Dude, they should make a Synchro Stratos. Or like an Exceed. That would be cool. It requires 2 level 4 monsters. When this card is summoned, choose one of the following effects. First, summon a hero from your deck. Add a hero monster from your deck to your hand. Destroy all spell trap cards equal to the number of hero monsters you control. Then, when your spell trap card or monster effect is activated that includes the effect of special summon monsters, you can detach material, and if you an effect of revived heroes was not activated this turn. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Next up, we have Power Creep Real Call of Duty. During either player's turn, when you activate or play a card that has been released before the year 2000, you contribute all cards your opponent controls and on the field. To add 5 cards from your deck to your hand, your opponent forfeits the match, and if the negates this card's activated effect, this card leaves the field. Bailey J, it's a gorilla. This can only be fused with homosexual mate and plastic surgeon. When this card is summoned, your opponent will ponder his sexuality, causing him to block you on Facebook and give up the duel. Pretty good. Pretty good. Next up, we have S number #@ both players buy I want to say that hands, is this your card? Buy Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. When you play the field, they find the first quest for this monster and slay it. Apply the appropriate effect based on who slayed it first. You, your opponent, can no longer play any spell trap cards. You can only summon monsters during your turn. Your opponent, the player that activated this card, takes 2 points of damage. If this card is in your graveyard, you can gain 4,000 life points and add this card to your hand. Then your opponent sends all cards on their field and in their hand to the grave. X DeeDee. And then lastly, we got Kappa. It just says Twitch God. Once per turn. Oh, the leather club's 2 blocks down. You can get 2 material and you win the duel. That's pretty good. The other card was better though, because it's unaffected by the ban list. Like, things can still get hit by the ban list, but that's 69, 69. But those are the cards that we're covering today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't worry, if your card was not featured in this episode, maybe it'll be there on the next time of Dragon Ball Z.